Okay, we got through our pattern and we have our piece all ready. And I hope my instructions were clear and that you guys all have awesome plaques to hang. And the last thing I wanted to show you on the video that was a little bit out of the ordinary was how to glue the centerpieces in. Which sounds pretty basic, and it is, but there's just a couple of points that I wanted to make. I didn't paint the back of my piece, and I'm going to show you how to do that. I did do the inside as I showed in the pattern, and I used a little stencil brush to do the black part again, but you want to go really light, as I said, on this inner rim of paint, because if you put too much paint in, then it's not going to want to seat in there properly. The leaf itself was just done in solid black, so this one's pretty easy. But I did want to show you on my 12 days ornaments. I'm going to move this so it's not too busy. This is one of the 12-day ornaments by Lynn Andrews that I made. And on these, it isn't all black. It isn't all one color. So what I did on all my ornaments, I had float shaded Prussian blue around them, just because I like Prussian blue. It's my favorite color. And I hope I'm at the right angle. I painted the edge in Prussian blue as well. Since it's a different color than the background, this had the checks on it. You don't want to wait until it's glued together to do this. I'm often asked at what point do I glue my centers in. And to be honest, I kind of just wing it. It depends on the design. There's advantages to gluing after you paint and spray varnish. I don't like to spray varnish on the inside first and then glue, only because it's stickier. It seems like it's a little bit stickier. And you don't want to tear off paint, you know. You sometimes might have to touch up a little bit or whatever. So back to our Halloween project, what I am going to suggest is that we paint it first. I'll put this frame aside. We're going to paint this first, and then we're going to glue it together. Okay? So this is going to be basic black. You don't have to make it fancy. It's going to go either on a wall, or you could put these on an easel. Would be nice if you don't have a space on your wall and don't want a hole in the wall. And again, I'm going to use the 1-inch Decorative Traditions brush because it's a nice brush. And pick up some black paint. And as we did the front of the piece, we're going to start in the middle and pull towards the edge. We don't want a lot of paint on that edge, as I said. And as you can see, the black covers pretty well. Unlike the buttermilk, which I did 3 coats of, the black, it depends, honestly, how lazy I am. You could do 2 or perhaps even 1. If you're going to put it in a drawer and never use it again, which unfortunately, some of my pieces wind up there. But see, when you use a brush that's a little bit stiff and you pull out, you're keeping your edge nice and clean because you're pulling the paint. You're not going over the edge. You're not going to pull this way that's going to scrape the paint from the brush onto the edge. So I mean, it's like I said, this is like painting 101, but it really is pertinent to this project. I was trying to think of that word. So I went around. I'm going to paint the inside. I don't think I have enough paint on my palette. Hold on just a little more. And my little lamp black is almost empty too. But we certainly have enough. So with black, it doesn't have to be fussy. Okay, So we do that, let it dry, and then I will be right back. Okay, the back is all dry, and the final thing that we want to do is the edge. Now, obviously, we do not want to have the paint go over the edge. So there's two ways you can do that. You could use a flat brush and pull it from the middle out, or what I like to do is use a 1/4-inch Deerfoot stippler. I love these ones from Low Cornell because they're stiff, and just tap it. That way the stiff bristles, you put not a lot of paint, but the stiff bristles help you not go over the edge, because that's kind of the goal. And you're going to go a little at a time. And start at the middle and pull towards the edge, and then go to the other direction. Okay? If you get a little over, you can rub your finger, get it off. And we're going to do that and go around the entire piece and let it dry, and then we'll be ready to glue it up. Okay? All right, our edges are all done. Got an ouchie on my mat there. And I think they're dry. And the last thing we're going to do is we're going to glue it into our frame. Now these, I call them self-framing pieces, because it's what they're one piece of wood that's cut on a bevel. So the bevel, there's a formula, the bevel, the angle plus the amount of material that's removed from the blade curve allows the piece to go slightly back, be pushed back a little bit, and it makes it look nice. What I'm going to do is take some wood glue, clear drying wood glue. This is the Gorilla Glue, but it's the white glue, not the amber glue, because the Gorilla Glue and the amber glue expands and it's crazy, so you don't want to use that. But any of the white glues, you don't really need a strong glue because you're not going to be playing frisbee with it, but something to hold it in. And I like this little bottle. I think it's available on Amazon. It's called a Glue Bot. They used to have it at Lee Valley, but I don't know if they do anymore. Woodcraft has them, and they have either a flat top or a pointed one. And it's nice for controlling the amount of glue that goes out. Now, you don't need a lot. What I'm going to do, I'm going to apply the glue to the bottom part of the inner frame. Now, we're only working with a 1/4-inch thickness, so we're going to have to go 1/8 to a 1/16 of an inch. You just want a little. You don't need it like completely around even. You could just do little dots like this, because believe me, it'll hold. I don't think one's come apart yet. And the biggest issue that I have ever had, I guess, which it doesn't happen often, but if you put too much glue, you know, it's going to ooze all over the place, and you really kind of don't want that. You don't want it to mess up your painting or look dull when you wipe it off. When I do this, I have ready a damp paper towel. A nice one that's not going to fray. Like a Viva. You know, the good quality ones. I like those shop rags, but I like them in white. Okay, so that's all the glue. There's not much. And you could take your finger and kind of... This is why you go clear drying, too. It's because if some of it shows, you don't want it to have brown spots on, you know, like this. This is gold, so it would be ugly. Okay, so you put your piece there, and what I do is I kind of set it there. This is a big piece, so it's a little harder. And you try to just allow it to drop in. Give it a nice even push. Not too hard. You don't want to push it through. And you'll see there's little bits of glue there. So take your damp paper towel. You could do this with a Q-tip or that too. And just kind of wipe it up. Realistically too, if it dries and you find you see glue, you could take your brush and touch it up. You're always going to see it on the back too. It's a given. So have that wet paper towel ready and just kind of go around. And some of your paint may come up that you just painted on your edge, but that's what touch-ups do. Okay? And there you have it. Leave it dry. I got an ouchie here from... There we go. Let it dry. And the project is just about done. You can put the hanger on with, I like 2-part epoxy. That works really well. And I always, on these type of pieces, I put the hanger on the thicker part, not on the part that's set back. This will be closer to your wall. Or you could put it in an easel, like I said, and have it up on your sideboard or on a fireplace or something like that. I would spray it with the varnish. I use spray varnish, so I do it after the glue dries. And it'll really make the colors even more intense than they are. It'll pop really nice. This hasn't even been varnished yet, so it'll look nice. I don't like to varnish my pieces before I do my pattern packets, because when I photograph them, they don't always photograph as nice, but it will get a coat of varnish. So I hope you like the project. I hope you come visit my new website instead of SheilaLandryDesigns.com. Keith and I have decided to split the site because I've had so much success with my painters. Thank you guys. That I made a site just for painting. Keith did actually, but it's called tolepaintingdesigns.com, and it's my painting patterns. And if you go to the Scroll Saw site, Sheila Landry Designs, you'll see all the woodworking patterns, and there is a link right on the top though to the new site. But the new site has a black background with gold lettering, so if you get there and it's unfamiliar, just know it's me. It's still me. So we're excited about that, and we want you to join Toletown. Toletown's awesome. Any of the online painting classes are good to have because, you know, it's just the times to do online stuff. I mean, a lot of people can't travel anymore, and it's hard to get around, and thank goodness we have the internet and places like this to share our love of painting and creating. So if you have any questions, all my contact information should be on the video and on my site, and any suggestions, I love to hear from you. Thank you so much. Thank you to Lori from Toletown, and enjoy the project. I hope you learned something. Bye-bye.